Gordon's alive! Bloody hell, it's time for another video. And today I have a plan. So I'm going to go through looking at how you get data about stocks and what we can do to maybe analyze them and also create a graph. So I think we're going to probably get some data on some stocks. We're probably then just going to get maybe the short rolling mean and the long rolling mean. And then we're going to create a little graph with MatPlotlib. And that should give you a basic introduction of how you can get data about stocks. So let's start off with the dependencies that we need. So what do we need? We need Pandas data reader. So that's Pandas dash data reader. It's going to say yes, that's all good. There we go. Let's interrupt that. Pip install MatPlotlib. We're also going to want to install Pandas and also NumPy. I haven't bothered installing them because obviously I already have them installed. So for the benefits of this tutorial, we're going to pick two stocks. One of them is going to be from the UK and the other one's going to be from the USA. We're going to be using Yahoo Finance to get this because Google Finance has been deprecated, so you can't get the data from there anymore. I'm going to show you what the difference between the UK stock and what the American stock is in terms of how we actually get the data about them. There's an ever so slight, small little detail I've got to gloss over. So yeah, let's start off. So you may want to install datetime. You don't have to. Just make it a little bit easier if you want to run this like every day or something like that. So let us start off with the shebang, which is useful if we're going to start running this with a cron job. And we'll just put in all of the dependencies like so. Import data. Another thing you notice is that we installed Pandas data reader and we put a dash there, but when we actually import it, we are going to put an underscore there. It's really annoying. If you're having trouble, try both ways, but for me, you had to put the dash to actually install it. Remote data error. So we're going to do this if there's a problem getting the data. We want to import matplotlib pyplot as plt. That's pretty common. If you ever see that in a Python code, you basically know what's going on because everyone does that. And then we're going to install pandas as pd. So basically what we're doing here by saying as, we're just saying when we reference pd, we're actually just referencing pandas. If I took away the as, I can't use pd. I'd have to say pandas for everything, which is a bit of a pain. So we just say as pd. Sort of common thing for people in Python to do, and I keep doing this. It's really annoying. As pd, and then import NumPy, which we do need. Yes, we do need. NumPy is quite good. So let us start out. Always I need to import datetime. Oh my days, I can't type today. Jesus Christ. Fenton! Right, so let's pick a start date. I'm going to pick one like way back in the past. We can just change this. But the format for this is year, month, day with a dash in between. So the full year, dash, month, dash, day. Then for the end date, we're going to pick today. So all we do is we say datetime.now. Then we do, I wonder if I have to import that. I can't remember if I do. How do you even spell it? Strift time. I think I've spelled that wrong. We'll soon find out. Month, and then we want to put the day there, like this. So let's just check if I've spelled that wrong, because I have a feeling I have. So we'll go here, and we'll say Python. We've called this stock. Already gone wrong. This is a disaster. My God. There we go. I bet you were all screaming at the screen, saying, "Oh, he's timed it wrong," but I couldn't hear you because you're in a temporally different space to me. What? Why is that not working? Oh, you have to put an underscore at utils. Another annoying thing. Okay, so we haven't spelled things wrong there, but we had messed up all of the imports pretty much because I am a moron. Right, next. How we're going to do this, I think we're just going to separate things into probably about 4 functions. So we're going to have one that gets the data, one that cleans the data, one that creates the plot, the graph, and one that gets some basic stats about the stock. So it's all nice and modular. Okay, so we will start, let's say we'll have a UK stock. This is just for the purpose of this video. I'm just going to put some strings here. United Utilities and USA stock will pick Amazon, which is that. Okay, so these 2 strings here are the tickers for each stock. If you're looking to find them, just go to Yahoo Finance and search for the company you're looking for. And basically, you want to just take their ticker. So in the UK, Yahoo Finance appends a L to the stock. Not all stocks have a dot in them though. So if it doesn't have a dot in them, then they add the dot as well. United Utilities happens to have a dot, so it just adds the L. Bit of an annoying thing, but there you are. Amazon is an American stock and it doesn't have anything appended to it, so it's just the ticker symbol. But yeah, if you want to find a stock, go on Yahoo Finance because we're going to use Yahoo Finance for this. So let's start off by defining a method called getData, and we're going to pass into this the ticker. Okay, and we're going to put everything into a try-catch block, a try-except block, sorry, because we're in Python. And let's just do the except while I'm here. Accept that remote data error. And if there is an error, we're going to print a little error message saying no data found for T dot format, and then if we say T is equal to ticker. Basically, this allows you, if you want to then take this method and like iterate through all the tickers you have for all the stocks you're interested in, this will be modular, so you'll know where things have gone wrong. Because, like I mentioned here, with United Utilities having a dot in there, you might have got the wrong ticker if you, for example, scrape the data. So you might have to append some things and change things in your data. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's create the stock data. So we're going to say data.datareader. Oh my days, I can't type. And then for this, we need to pass in like 4 arguments. One of them is the ticker. The other one is the data source. In this case, we're using Yahoo. As I mentioned, you may have seen tutorials online that use Google Finance, but that's deprecated, so you can't use that anymore. Bit of a pain, so we're going to use Yahoo. Start date, and we're going to put in the end date. So what this is going to do is it's going to get all the data about this ticker we're passing from Yahoo, starting on the 1st of January 2005 and ending today, which is the most data we can get depending on the time. And what data comes from this method? What do we get back? Well, we get the open, the close, the low, the high, the volume, and the adjusted close for that stock. So let's quickly check this is actually working now. And we will just print stock data. So let's go over here and we'll print the stock data. Oh, and spin my nipple nuts and send me to Alaska. Bloody hell. Can you see what's wrong? Why I didn't print anything there? Because I haven't actually called the method. Meh. Right, so let's call the method. We'll say getData and we'll pass in the UK stock. And then if we print it, it's going to take a bit of time. It looks like it's working. Oh my god, it worked! Now I've printed that much stuff that you can't actually see what data we've got here. Oh, we can. So we've got the date, something I forgot to mention. We do get the date. And this is a NumPy array it's sending us. We get the high, the low, the volume, the adjusted close. We also get the open and the close, but you can't see it here. But trust me, it is there. We do get that. So let's go ahead and write the method to clean this data, because while there isn't any here, we do have the potential that we might find null values. So you might have things like bank holidays. Here actually we have volume of 0, which is almost certainly wrong. Although it's not going to clean the 0 because I'm not really too fussed about that. But we're going to clean any value that's not a number. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll call it clean data because we are very creative. We're going to pass in the data that we want to clean. We are also going to pass in the column we're interested in. So because we don't have to do this for every single column, let's say we want just the close. And in fact, when we make the graph, we're just going to use the close, or we might use the adjusted close actually. Yeah, we'll probably use the adjusted close. We're just going to clean that particular column. So if you think about it, if we're doing like 100 of these stocks, we've just saved ourselves a lot of compute time by doing this. So we are going to first get the weekdays. So we're going to use Pandas to get a date range that is just the weekdays. So you do date range, pass in the start, and we'll just pass in start date. Oh, that's annoying. Start date. There we go. And the end is equal to, you guessed it, the end date. Yes. Okay, so that's going to give us the weekdays. So let's clean the data. We'll call it clean data. And we will say stock data, column, reindex it by the weekdays. This isn't always strictly necessary, but in the case of some of the data sources, so if we changed Yahoo to something else, there might be cases where we do need to actually do this reindexing. We're going to keep it in there for that very reason. So we'll return clean data dot fill na, and the method we're going to use to fill it is we're going to use fill, 2f's fill. Basically what that does is it just propagates non-null values forward or backward. We could also do method, I think it's just 0, or it might be 0, and that will just fill any any values that aren't a number with 0. We could also do other things where we specify the values that we're going to replace it with, but we'll just do fill for now. We don't really need to get into too much of that. It's just something for you to be aware of. Okay, so we've got all this working. What do we need to do next? Well, let's quickly write a really quick method to get some stats. By stats, I mean we're just going to get the last close of the stock. We're going to get the short mean. We're going to get the short rolling mean in terms of like the numbers that are rolling. I'll show you what that is in a second. So let's go ahead and clean the data. Sorry, not clean the data. We're going to get the stats. And for this, we just want to pass in the stock data. Okay, we're going to return a dictionary. What we're going to return in there, we're going to return last. We are going to return MP mean stock data dot tail. I'm just going to get the first thing we get. In this case, we're not using 0, we're using 1. So it's not the 0th element of the array. Put 1. And then we're going to get the short mean. So this is where it's just going to be one value. So we just need to say MP mean. Oh, and can you see the error I've made while I'm typing this out? There is an error. Tail 20. Okay. Then we're going to do the long mean. We don't necessarily need to actually use these to make the graph that we're going to make, but this is just so you can see how you would do this, because these are common statistics that you might be interested in getting. I'm going to say 200 days. So here we're getting the mean for the last 20 days. So this is the tail is the end of the data. So we're going to go all the way down here and we're going to get the tail 20. And then we're going to get the tail 200 and we're going to get the mean of those values. The next bits of data we're going to actually use for the plot. So we're going to get the short rolling mean, which is basically what we've got here, but instead of returning the mean, we're going to get all of the values. So we are going to do this. We're going to say, we'll call it short rolling, and we're going to say stock data rolling, pass in a window of 20 and mean, and then let's just copy this whole line because let's not waste time here. And instead of doing that, we're going to put 200 again, and we're just going to call this last one the long rolling. Yes. Okay, so that looks all good at the moment. Let's run a little test. We are going to say print clean data. Clean data, stock data, and we're going to pass in the adjusted close and see what happens. Let's just see if this is all working still. I think it's going to be working. Oh no, I've made an absolute colossal mistake. I don't even know what I've done. Oh no, it has no attribute date. Oh, there was 2 mistakes earlier. Oh, it was a trick. Date range, there we go. What an absolute fool I am. Okay, there we go. So we've got the adjusted close. And this is all looking very good. So that works. What do we want to do next? Well, okay, so let's pass in. So we'll do this. We'll say adjusted close, and we will just pass in the adjusted close. Made another error. We'll say I don't think this will work. This may kick off. It might kick off. I don't know. We'll find out. Run that. That's just going to tell us what's happening with that get stats method. Yeah, it's kicking off. I knew it would kick off. Right. Well, we're going to just trust it that it's working. I don't know why I should trust it. It's working. I'm just going to assume it's working. So let's try and create the graph. That's way more fun. New method, def, what we'll call it, create plot. Pass in the stock data again, and we're also going to pass in the ticker. Create PLT. I'm going to call it create plot. Really unnecessary that was, but whatever. Okay, right. So stats. I'm going to get stats for the stock data. We are then going to call pyplot from MatPlotlib. There we are. We're going to call that. We're going to say subplots, and then we're going to pass in the fig size. We'll just do like 12 by 8. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I need the brackets there. Looks to be all right, I think. Yes. Yes, there we go. And then we're going to plot the, so we're going to do PLT plot, and we're going to pass in the data we want to plot. So remember, this stock data that we're actually passing here is going to be one of the columns. So we'll do that, and we'll give it a label. So we'll say, what's the label? The label is the ticker. And then let's just do pyplot show. And we'll run it, and we'll see what happens. This is going to be amazing. Oh my god. Has it run? I've done something wrong. What have I done wrong? Oh, guess what? I haven't called the bloody method again. Christ. Oh, I would make a terrible pilot. I'd always forget things off the checklist. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Is it going to go? This is terrible. Oh, I can't believe you're still watching this. Okay, this is the time. I believe in it. Hey! Yes. Brilliant. Right, so what have we got? Oh no, we haven't got labels. We have no idea what this is doing whatsoever. So this is not a great graph right now. But look, it's working. Yay. Right, okay, it's working. Okay, let us add some labels. We are going to say X label. X is the one at the bottom. Why? Because X is a cross. Wow. learn something new. Okay, then we're going to get the close price. Oh, no, it's not the close price. It's the adjusted close price. So the adjusted close price is basically, if you have a stock and you have, I don't know, 1,000 shares outstanding, right? And each share is worth 100, £100 each, for example. And then you do what's called a stock split. So you actually having 200 shares outstanding. What suddenly happens is that each one becomes worth £50, even though the total value is still the same. So that's what, and the adjusted close accounts for that, and then just gives you an adjusted price that over time keeps the price constant, irrespective of the number of shares in place at the time. Just in case you're wondering what that is. We can also add the legend. So basically this just takes, I don't even know how this works. It just seems to work like magic. You'll see what it's going to have like a little box that tells us what the line is. And when we have many lines, it's going to be really good. I think you can also just do the title by saying title. There we go. We're just going to do a boring title, stock price over time. That's what that is. So run it, see if it works. There we go. So we've got a title now. You see there. We've got the legend. That's the thing I was on about. We've got the y-axis and we have the x-axis all nicely labelled. Your maths teacher would be proud. Or math teacher if you're American. Very multicultural here. Okay, right. Let's next add the rest of the data. So we're going to also add because what we have is we basically returned this. So we can do, what can we do? We can get, so if we do, because we've got this stats thing, we can do pyplot. And we can say stats, and then we do short rolling, and we do label again, and we'll say 20-day rolling mean. And again, let's copy this line, and we'll do long rolling, and we'll do 200-day rolling mean. So if I do this now, this should work. And there's one more thing I want to show you as well. Okay, so look at that. It's all very nice. We can see that. It's got a legend. It's got all the different lines. Wowzers trousers. Isn't this great? So one of the other things you can do as well, if you're interested, because everyone likes dark mode, we can do plt style use dark background. We're going to get dark mode. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. Okay. Oh, it's not worked. Oh, no, it's not worked. Why has it not worked? What have I done wrong? What have I done to offend the computer? I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. Maybe we'll put it up here? I don't know. That should work. Come on, work. Oh, we have partly a dark mode going off here. I think we have to put it at the very, very top. We have to say, before we do anything, make it dark. Yeah, we'll see then. I think this will work this time. Third time's a charm. Is it even the third time? Might be the second time. No, it is the third time. This is the charm. Way dark mode. Right, that's everything for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. You know the drill, every YouTuber says this. And leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try and answer them as soon as possible. Thank you very much.